Namaste, and welcome back you all to my channel. And I'm also back here after a long break. Well, let's not discuss why the break was. There a lot of other factors were influencing here. I was busy with taking my regular classes. We'll come straight away to today's practice and today's video what I'm going to upload. It's all about restorative stretch of your upper back, mid back and lower back. We will be using block, we will be using a roller, we will be using a wheel. So supposing if anybody has any one of these props also, you can do these restorative stretches. And if at all you don't have these, then if you are interested in doing these restorative stretches, you have to buy one, which is available in Amazon. Now why it is called restorative stretch is because since we will be using the props here, so you will not be utilizing the muscles so much. The body will be free into the gravity and the props will support you to open up the chest area and the back area. That is why it is called the body starts restoring, and in spite of that restoration, you also get a good opening here of your chest. Okay, let's straight away move into the practice. Now this practice can be done during your practice, anywhere in between your practice, even at the beginning of your practice, even at the end of your practice, or maybe it can be done as an individual practice also. Just when you're feeling too much heaviness in your shoulder, neck, you feel you're sitting onto the desk, you have really overworked your upper back, then to open up the chest you can use this practice. Okay, so let's dive away into the practice here. Let us use the block just behind the inner edges, onto the inner edges of the shoulder blades. Sit and then slowly readjust to push the back, the shoulder blades onto the block. Okay, support it well, exactly. And then slowly use your arms into your back of the head. Make sure your belly is in, you're not flaring up like this. Don't throw your ribs in down like this. Okay, so this will arch the lower back too much. So try to keep this in and only push the upper ribs. Holding your hand, pulling your lower belly, lengthening into the back of your head. Okay, and then gradually when you feel you're comfortable to stretch the back of the head, drop it down. If you have one more block available, use the block and slowly stretch your arms behind over your head. Let the knees be bent. For some people, when you try to straighten off the leg, you might see the lower back arching off too much. If I can show you with a little more of, yes. Okay, so you can see the grounding here in my hips. Okay, so exactly this stretch. You need to hold, this is a very mild stretch. I'll show you how you can intensify the stretch also as you move further from here. Hold on to the stretch and try to breathe. So this will first open up the rib cages. If you can still go further from here, okay, not maybe immediately, maybe after a couple of weeks you have practiced this, or when you practice Matsyasana separately, you have a good opening in your upper back, you can also use one more block. Okay, so bend your knees, slowly come back, and then use your block into a different height here, this parallel height. Okay, and try to keep the broader edges of the shoulder blades onto the block. Okay, let the other block be ready at the same height for your head. Now slowly lie, belly in, okay, and then gradually try to readjust the block, behind the block, into the back of your head. So rest the back of the head properly onto the block. And leave your shoulders free. Just take a moment here. You can see your pectoral muscles, your rib cages, your arms can be here. Depending on the range of the shoulder, your arms can be here, your arms can be here, but no stiffness in your shoulders. You have to literally leave the shoulders into the gravity. Okay, take some time to breathe here. The ribs are opening, the chest is opening, the sides of the chest is opening, the collarbones are broadened. Okay, now when you try to creep slowly more into the lower height, shorten the height and try to rest the back of the head. Don't put the crown, that will take unnecessary strain on the neck and it will not give you a collarbone opening. So keep the back of your head, okay, and try to stretch your arms back. If this is too difficult, you can just keep it soft, no problem. And try to breathe. Stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale, smooth and soft. 1. You could see my breathing here. My stomach is in, my ribs are up. Okay. You can feel that. And slowly when you are coming back, you need to gradually use your hand into the head, lift your head and slowly press your forearms and gradually come back step by step. Okay, this was using the block. Okay, so we did a good upper back and chest and collarbones and clavicular regioning opening. A very good restorative stretches to open up your upper back also. You know, whoever is facing this hunchback issues, if you keep doing every day this practice, one thing is the posture will be, your compensation of the postures will not happen. You will be able to maintain a neutral upper back. Okay, now let's do the same thing on the roller. Let us use a roller. You might require a block once again, so let us keep the block in handy. Okay. We will do it with the yoga wheel later. Now, same way, we will use the roller. Okay, you can see I am using it with the hand, readjusting to get the roller onto the shoulder blades. You can also take a block if you need. Okay, otherwise, same way what we did earlier. Use your hand into the back of your head. Slowly start lifting your rib cages and gradually drop. Now, if this doesn't happen, if this is too intense, then you need to use a block. Okay, and again rest for the same time. Again, arms stretching. This time use your arms into Namaskara. Back of the head lays and arms are besides your ears. You stay here. Keep the knees bent. Only if you feel your tailbone has a neutral position, lengthen your legs. Toes pointing. And breathe. And similarly, to come back, you bend your knees once again. Use your hands into the back of your head. Slowly roll yourself back and lift up. If you have a roller, you can also continue the same stretch for your pelvis. Okay, for your lower back. Let me also show you how you can work with the roller for the pelvis. Okay, keep the roller just below your lower back, somewhere where your hip starts, and slowly land. Let me come a little more down so that you can view me properly. Yes. Okay, so you can see what part is there. Exactly behind your pelvis area, and lengthen off. And then slowly stretch your legs. Pull your belly in. Okay, that's the wrist. And keep your head straight. Your arms can be here. Your tailbone lengthened. So what mistake we do is, we will do this and we will arch the back like this. This is wrong. I don't want this throwing up. Okay, tuck your pelvis when you do it. Don't throw it up. Lengthen your tailbone, tuck your pelvis, massage the lower back, push it into the hip gently, and then slowly straighten off the legs. If the knees are a little softer, also fine. If the toes are off, also fine. Eventually, you can try doing this. Belly in. Your arms can stay the sides, and you can stay here for a couple of breaths. So this gives a good restorative stretch for your pelvic muscles, okay, and also for your lower back. For everything, the belly should be in. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. To come back, hold the roller, slowly sit up and slowly roll back and release the roller out. Okay, and now we will do it along with the yoga wheel, which is going to be a little more intense. I would really not call it a complete restorative stretch. You can name it as yoga or back bending using the yoga wheel. Okay, so let's use the wheel right in your lower back first. Okay, so you can see how I have kept here. Right. Pull the belly in. Okay, you can see right now the belly is bloated and free here. Gradually, as you move, press your foot. Okay, press your foot and slowly raise your back and lengthen your tailbone and slowly take the wheel using your hand towards the tailbone and push your pelvis up. Push your pelvis up. Same thing what we did against the block or against the roller, we are doing against the wheel. Okay, this gives you, it's a good preparation for chakrasana. When you use a wheel, you can see a lot of pelvis is opened up. Arms can be the sides. Legs should be stretched forward, otherwise you can keep the legs a little bent wide, just like what you keep in chakrasana. So stay there for a couple of breaths. Or supported bridge also. So many people cannot interlock the fingers because of lack of shoulder mobility. Maybe they don't have understanding of the alignments of the body. So that time when you use this yoga wheel, you can understand the alignments and maybe you can remove the wheel also and practice. Otherwise, if you practice this much also, you can get the maximum benefits of it. Okay, but when you come back, you slowly have to slide back. Very gradually slide back. Now when we are sliding back, we are going to use it in the upper back. Okay, gradually squeeze the buttocks. Okay, and slowly open up the rib cages. If you still feel comfortable, slide your legs and try to drop the sitting bones down and reach the arms up. If this is too intense, try to go a little more down. Hold the wheel. Hold the wheel, rest the back of the head, squeeze the buttocks and try to use your forearms to try and touch to the mat. So this is also a good back bend. Okay, you can use your legs. Slowly when you come back, you must be strong enough in the legs to roll yourself and gradually release the arms. It's a good shoulder opener also. And then slowly remove the wheel from the legs. All these back bending stretches, whenever you do each practice, when you finish, you need to take a counter pose, that is Shashankasana, child's pose. Okay, so we'll stay for a couple of seconds in the child's pose. easing the breath, smoothening the breath. And whenever you feel you're comfortable, you will slowly sit back. Okay, so this was all about how you can open up your bag using the props. Okay, there's still many more ideas you can use. You can use the bed. I have posted a video how you can use a bed and do back bending also. Now I am feeling a lot of lightness in my shoulders, in my joints, in the sides of the chest, in the rib cages, in the shoulder blades, in the neck, in the upper back. So there are many areas which has scope for improvement when you use the props. Okay, and there is nothing wrong in using the props. So I hope you could get some benefit out of this video. And if there is any questions regarding this, you can please post it in the comment section. If you like the video, please share it. And if you have still not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and